Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to listen to some mumbly jumbly. All the way from St. Albans, your host for tonight, Abs the Magic, Supercoach Godfather.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining. Today we saw the completion of all the practice games. So they're all gone. They're all finished, thank God, because I can't change my team anymore. I'm sick of changing my team. Just calm it down. Okay, just calm it down. I can't change it anymore. Okay, my team, I think I've got it from my last team that I had. I'd say there's about 15 changes, and I'm not overreacting either. This is unheard of. I've never done nothing like this in my life. I don't believe what I've just witnessed this week. One more week of practice games, and I think I would have changed the whole squad of 30. They were all gone. I would have had new ones. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go on with what we saw this week. Okay, let's continue. Okay, up first we have GWS versus the Gold Coast. Okay, it wasn't a close game, but we weren't here to watch the game. We were here to watch the players. So just comment down the road about the game results. Okay, that wasn't important. Now, let's Supercoach relevant. Who shined? Well, Josh Kelly looked good. Had 36 touches. Okay, but he's on my never again list. So I won't touch him. But he looked good. Okay, he looked very good. Keep in mind, he had 107 Dream Team points and 138 Supercoach points. So he was. He was everywhere, okay? He had 75% disposal efficiency as well. He looked good. Now, my boy Tom Green, he looked really good, okay? I was very impressed, and I was that impressed that I kept him in the team. I mean, not that I was going to remove him, but I removed everybody else. But Tom Green got to stay, so luckily for Tom Green, he had a good job. He looked very good. 130 Supercoach points, 34 touches. Last week had 50 against themselves. This week 34, and it's still not a bad effort. It was hardly trying. He looks so slim. The baby fat, it's all gone. He's all muscle now, so looked really good. I mean, his kick to handball ratio is a bit of a problem, okay? It's 11 kicks, 23 handballs, but he gets that hard ball and and dishes it off, okay? So if it was a bit more evenly spread, he'd be even better. So Tom Green's a lock for me. Okay, I've locked him in. Lachlan Ash looked good, okay, playing a good role. He was playing well. He started in defence, aided by frees 6 marks, 30 possessions, had a good game. But there are better options in defence, I think. So I can't see him coming. And same as Cumming, okay, Cumming again a good game as well. 118, 25 touches, but I don't know. Where did he play all game? Playing at halfback, pretty much like Lachlan Ash, but I think there are better options. I think so. But the next boy I'm going to talk about, Finn Callahan on the wing. I saw him mainly on the wing. So I didn't watch Lockie Ash and Isaac coming too close because I wasn't interested. Cause I'm only interested in players I want to get. And Tom Green, I was watching Kelly close. Not that I was going to get him. He was just everywhere. You couldn't avoid watching him. But Callahan, I was watching close. And very, very impressive. On the wing, kicked 2 goals and looked really good. 111 points. About 250k. I mean, all you need from him is 80 points. 80 points a game and you're set. So 111. The problem is he's got that wing position, so he's not going to be able to get a lot of 100 plus points every week unless he kicks 2 goals every week. So you're probably looking around about a 85-90 from Callahan, but it's still a good effort. 85-90 is good enough. Well, then again, you consider you got Jacob Weir on the other wing, okay, and he scored 97. So it is possible because GWS do go on the wings a lot, okay. So they don't tend to go down the middle; they tend to use the wings heaps. So Callahan was lucky, and they use a lot of his wing. So yeah, Callahan looked good. Now Lockie Whitfield started well, has a good role, 25 touches, took a few kick-ins. Pass. Okay, I think pass. I mean, he's got a midfield role as well. He's an awkward price. If he's good, just get him as an upgrade target later on. It's worth it. It's not even worth starting him. Okay, because if you start him at say 480k and he's no good, what are you going to do with the 480? Who can you get for him? You can't get many players at 480k Probably, who is it? Maybe, I don't know if there's anyone at 480k that's available. Okay, but yeah, so I'd pass on him. Now, Caniglio was an interesting one. He looked like he got injured. Then he was back on again. Now, I saw him, like it says here, injured. It says right knee knock in a bell bump. So it was touching his right knee, but he played midfield, rotated forward. I don't know if I like Caniglio anymore because of the forward rotation he had. I thought he was going to be a pure mid, but he did a lot of forward rotations. And 85 points, like he was nothing like Kelly. Like if he was anything, he's back to his last year's stuff again. He's doing what he did last year. I don't want to go through this pain again. So I've dumped him. Cogs is gone. He's out of my team. I've dumped him. Okay, he's gone. But it doesn't mean you got to dump him because he wasn't that bad. He was all right. He scored 85. That's not bad. But can he go those 130s, 140s? I don't know. Especially if you've got a half forward role. Anyway, who else is here? That's Supercoach relevant. Let's have a look. Himmelberg, 43 points, playing as a forward. Okay, so his price is going to get smashed. Okay, hopefully his price drops to around about 300k. Then he changes role and goes to defense. Then we're going to be laughing. Okay, he'll be the perfect D7 or F7, where it depends where he's playing at the time. So he'll be good. He'll be good. Let his price drop. It's going to drop dramatically. And that's pretty much it. Who else was here? There's the Ruckman, if you're interested in a Ruckman. What did he score? Where is he? Where's a Ruckman? He looked terrible. He was doing the WWF stunts. He was grabbing people and slamming them down. He thought he was in wrestling. Anyway, and that's about it with GWS. Now let's go over to Gold Coast. And there's a player at the top here. Okay, Flanders. Scored 103 Supercoach points. He played. He started forward on the wing as well. I saw him a lot of times on the wing. Sometimes in the midfield. But you got to keep in mind, okay. Touk Miller wasn't playing, but he wasn't really playing Touk Miller's role. So he had 30 touches, 250 meters gained, 83%. What is it? 87% time on ground. So he's got a tank. Like he was pretty much. Besides the defender, actually, he even passed the defenders. Most time on ground, virtually. I was impressed. Very impressed with Flanders. I wasn't impressed with him last week, but this week I was more impressed because there's no goals in that. Like, if he had 3 goals and 103 Supercoach points, I'd say it's not what I want. There's no goals there. So he got all his score basically from his hard work. 30 touches, 70% disposal efficiency. For 250k, I think it's a bargain. I may actually get Flanders ahead and replace Caniglio with Flanders and get some extra cash and put the cash elsewhere. Anyway, there's something to think about. Wits, well, he didn't spend much time on the ground, 65% time on ground. So I mean, it was going at one. What is actually? I got it here. Wits, no, it's not there. It's somewhere else. Where have I got it? It's here. Wits, he was going at. Where is he? Where's Wits? Why have I lost him? Okay, he's going at 1.2 points per minute. That's very high, all right? So it's not like because you see his score and you say, well, it's not much. It's at 1.2 points per minute. It's actually quite high because when he goes at 80% time on ground, that average goes a lot higher, all right? So you can add another 20 to his average or another 15. So you're looking about 120 now or 115. So it's not bad now. So, yeah. Now, Ben Long was interesting. Let's go back over here. This one's more easier to read for me. All right, Ben Long, 87 Supercoach points. Okay, that's not bad, but it's not enough. Okay, if I'm going to spend 350k, I need to go 100 plus and 87. He had a big first quarter. But not much touches. Look, 14 kicks, 2 handballs. It's not enough. 16 on a halfback role. He hasn't done enough work. He had 86% time on ground as well. So Ben Long is a pass. I mean, I'd already given him the marching orders last week with an option to come back to the club, but he didn't take the option. He decided he wanted to keep walking, so he's gone. Okay, who else is here that's viable? Well, some people might look at Matt Rowell. Okay, so if you're looking at Matt Rowell, pass. Okay, it's not there. He's a gun, but he's not Supercoach. He's not Supercoach relevant yet. Something is not right with him with Supercoach. Anyway, let's keep going down. Charlie Constable, okay, 73. That's all we need from him. 123k defender. You could put him on field. It's perfect. Had 19 touches. Had more touches than Ben Long. Okay, now work that out. So he's good enough. 123k. Put him on field. Perfect. Now Noah Anderson, again, 64% time on ground. So not much time on ground. So don't judge this game. He's an 80% time on ground player. They don't want to injure him. Okay, so he'd be a 100 plus player, Anderson. And is there anyone else? We have Hollins at 48 points, not much. Tom Berry came on, spent 66% time on ground, but didn't do much. Okay, 42, 40. Ben King, pass. Or he didn't have much. 42% time on ground, but only 29 points. I mean, Ben King, you cannot put on your field. Okay. Tisatis, okay, Tisatis. James Tisatis had 11 points, 22% time on ground. Uland, 6 points. So there's not much happening here. Okay, the only big ones is Flanders and Constable. There you two. And if you're into a ruck, Wits. And that's it from this game. Now the next game we talk about is the Western Bulldogs versus North Melbourne. Now, just calm it down if you're looking at Bontempelli now. Now, Bontempelli, let me tell you something now, okay, with Bontempelli. If he's not in your team, and you show me, and I put up a rate my team post, and I don't see Bontempelli in there, you don't get a 5-star, you don't get a 4-star, okay? That's all you get, 4-star. If I don't see Bontempelli in that, rate my team, okay? He has to be in your teams, okay? He's a gun, and he's got the role now. Okay, he got 145 Supercoach points, kicked 2 goals, only 27 touches. It's not many touches, okay? It was just strolling. He was just having a picnic and still scored 145 points. He's a point-scoring machine. Okay, now Tom Liberatore is an interesting one. And 158 Supercoach, he could be a huge pod, okay? Okay, he kicked 2 goals. Cut 2 goals out. He looked good. I mean, you got to understand, Dunkley's not there anymore, so Tom Liberatore stepped up, and we saw his muscles. He's got muscles on top of those muscles, then he's got an extra inch of muscles on top of the other muscles, okay? He's big. He's almost as big as me, just calm it down, okay? But he looks big. So, Liber could be a massive pod if you're willing to take the gamble. What's he priced at? Let's have a look. Yeah, he's priced at 576k. He's averaged 104 last year, so that puts him in the top 20 category. But he can go all the way to top 10 this year if he goes bananas the way he did today. And some of his scores you can see last year, he had a big run: 102, 123, 102, 118, 144. And you got to say he shared that midfield with Dunkley. Dunkley's not there anymore. It's all his now. Well, him and the Bond, and then whoever wants to join him. So he's impressed me a lot. So if you were looking for a pod, he's not expensive. 570 easy. He is not cheap. So you get him in as a keeper. So that's the gamble. Okay, if you're willing to gamble, if you're a gambling man and you shouldn't gamble, just calm it down. But if you're a gambling man, 576k, it's not too bad. All right, let's continue. Okay, Dale, he looked good as well. How much is Dale? Let's have a look at Dale's price. Yeah, Dale's at 561. He's a bit more expensive, okay, than the 500k. Like Ridley's at 500. So Dale is a little bit more on the expensive side, but he looked good as well. And so if you want to have another pod, have 2 pods, and both of those pods play under Bevo. If you're into that kind of stuff, or if you're into torture, okay, just calm it down. You can get this man too. Okay, let's continue. Who else do we have? We had McRae. I mean, McRae is just McRae. He's 118. He virtually did nothing in the first quarter, and he's still on 118. He's a Jet. Bailey Smith, 118. I mean, they all went big. All the Dogs mids just had a day out. Okay. Now the interesting one here is Oscar Baker, 111. He's a 123k rookie. He's 111. That's nuts. Had 22 touches, 16 by foot. Only 1 goal there. These rookies at 100k, that's incredible. The amount of good rookies we're getting. It's almost going to be a guns and rookies team we're going to have this year. It's changed. It's back to the old days. So Oscar Baker looked really good as well. You could put him on field. Very impressed with him. And who else did we have that looked impressive? Let's have a look. Well, Tim English went at 75, so I'm not sure. 16 hitouts. He got smashed. But he always gets smashed in the hitouts, but he didn't do much in groundwork either. 7 kicks, 10 handballs. Well, what is it? 7 kicks, 10 handballs. Yeah, so you got 16 hitouts compared to 25 and 19. Is there anyone else got hitouts? And 8 hitouts to lob. Speaking of lob, he didn't do much, so forget about lob. McLean didn't do much. 180k. McLean, no good. 45. Forward roll. Played half forward. Nowhere near the midfield. Ed Richards got injured, so we didn't see much of Ed. And Sean Darcy, or Sam Darcy, scored 71. So if you want to take a gamble, Sam Darcy, but Callum Daniel also 72. So pretty much both passes, okay, both of them, because Darcy is going to have down days. So, and he played forward, so playing like a forward pocket. I'd pass on them. Okay, well, actually, another one here, Liam Jones. The Dogs, they gave us so many players. They just score points. 101 points, 220k. He's nearly 50 years old, Liam Jones. Actually, he could be 60. I'm not sure how old he is. He's past 30 for sure. But 101 points. He's gone nuts. 17 kicks, 2 handballs, 11 mark. 17 kicks to 2 handballs. And going at 68%. Imagine if he kicked straight. Like pass, kick the ball properly. He'd be about 130. Lock him in. Lock in Jones. Throw away the keys. Just get him. Okay, that's it for the Dogs. Okay, we go to North Melbourne. Okay, and this was disappointing. Okay, it was actually very disappointing. I mean, Simpkins is not Supercoach viable. I mean, unless you want to go really potty, but you might as well go Liba. If you don't want to go potty, don't go Simpkin. Okay, Luke McDonald. Yeah. 103. I mean, Luke McDonald looked okay. Let's have a look at McDonald's price, okay? He could be viable, actually. Luke McDonald. If you're looking for something cheap, but you shouldn't be looking for cheap, because you've already got 220k players that are scoring 100, so you don't have to get Luke McDonald. But let's have a look at his price, 487k. All right. So if you want to go cheap, you can get Luke McDonald at 487k, or you can just get where is he? Jones at 200k. He's 60 years old, but he does a good job. Okay, you can get him. Now, Zeeble, 86 points, 58 fantasy points. It's not enough. Okay, 13 kicks, 2 hands. It's only 15 touches. He hardly got the ball. He had a good roll again. I mean, I'd rather get Luke McDonald if I'm going to get Zeeble. Yeah, I'd pass on Zeeble as well. He didn't impress me at all. He did, but he didn't. So it's a pass. Tom Powell scored an 85. That's pretty much where he's at. He's about an 85, 90. He's priced at 300k, so it depends if you want to go for that mid-price player again, but I'd pass on him as well. Ben Cunnington scored a 79, 80, and that's pretty much his price, his scoring range. I can't see him going because he's spending a lot of time, and he's had 80% time on ground, so not like he had time on the bench, but he's just spending a lot of time in that forward line. He's mixing it. So that's a pass. And Sheezel, okay, you can go for a Sheezel, okay? It's 200k, he scored a 72. It's not bad. He looked actually pretty good, but he scored a goal as well in that way. I mean, that's not his fault he scored a goal, but that counts in his score. If he has no goals, that's what I was considering. He played a bit on the half-back line as well. I saw him there a few times. But our forward line, there's more value in the midfield this year. So I'm not going for the value in the forward line. So I'm going to pass on him. We had LDU. This was a shock. I wasn't expecting this, all right? He scored 55. 90% time on ground. 72% accuracy. And he played central midfield. He got smashed. Libba smashed him, okay? Disappointing day for LDU. I haven't got him in my team, but when you can compare him to Green, you're better off just going for Green. You don't want to get LDU. I mean, this could just practice game. It didn't put his heart in, but it's a very low score. You're not going with much confidence if you get him, okay? Sherry and Goldie, forget about the rucks at North Melbourne, no good. Phillips, again, I'd be too scared to put him on field on the bench. Okay, and at 48, it didn't score much. He'll have better days. Okay, it wasn't his best game. Goda, 46, 200k player, a 193k, 46 is not enough. Yeah, considering you can get 200k, you can get this man. We'll go back to him again. Just talk about the 60-year-old, the grandfather. Where is he? Jones, the grandpa. He's got 101. He's nearly the same price as Goda. Just go for the grandpa, all right? Forget about Goda. Logue, no good. That's it. That's it for them. Zuha got injured. Now, Comben. This is Comben, okay? Let me explain to you something. This was one of our rookie bench players. He scored -3, okay? He's going to lose your money. You're actually going to go backwards. You're going to go broke. Your team will go broke if you have Comben in the team. You're going to go backwards. You're going to have no money left. So, I've kicked him out of the team. I mean, how do you kick a rookie out? A forward rookie. I just wanted a 40, and I wasn't asking for much. He got -3. That's unheard of. Okay, so he's gone. He's not going to make money. Okay, next. Okay, we go to the big game. Okay, the heavyweights. Melbourne versus Richmond. Melbourne jumped them. Okay, Richmond was still in having a barbecue mode. Okay, they were just coming down, taking it easy, and then Melbourne just jumped them. Okay, so we had Gawn. Gawn, 153. He was a beast. Kicked 3 goals in the first quarter. Actually, he was on 90 at half time, or above 90, nearly 100. Didn't do much after half time and still went 60 or something. So, Gawn is a contention for that R1 spot. Okay, last year he went about just over 110. He may do the same this year. He may still go over 110 because whilst Gawn looks really good, taking those strong marks, intercepting, it's still Gawn. He's not priced at 700k. He's priced at 610k or something like that, some 620k. So he's still worth it. He's not the best. He could even be the best ruckman still. Even with Grundy in the team. I mean, Grundy didn't do much, okay? First quarter, he went nuts. Scored like 50 points. Then he scored 30 points for the next 3 quarters. He didn't do much because Gawn did it all. So, Gawn is still a contender for that R1 spot. I liked him a lot. Now, May had a big game, but he took all the kickouts. I mean, Richmond kicked 11 behind, so that's 11 kicks just from those 11 behinds. And then, yeah, so May's not a top 10. Okay, so pass on May. Petrarca looked good, but played a lot of forward time. Just wait, he'll get DPP. He'll drop to just wait to get DPP, then get him. All right, upgrade target for Petrarca. Who else have we got here? We got Lockie Hunter. Okay, he looked good. Lockie Hunter, 98. It's just the role. He kicked the goal as well. I mean, he's playing outside mid on the wings. Not a position that I like. Okay, so and you're getting him as a midfielder, so I'd probably pass on him. I mean, Oliver, you don't have to see much about Oliver. He 31 touches. I mean, he only scored 95, but it doesn't matter. You know, it's just Oliver. You know what you're getting. Pickett looked good. Started slow. I was on about 30 points at half time because I was watching him close. And then he went bananas in the second half. 90 points. Probably still not enough. Okay, I wanted to see more midfield time. Even though he got midfield time, he still looked impressive. It just worries me that in case he goes back to that forward line again. So I'm probably going to pass on Pickett. I won't get him. I was probably not going to get him anyway, but I was told that he'd get a lot of midfield time, which he did. He got a bit, but not enough. So it's a pass for me on Pickett. Back to Grundy. I don't think Grundy is going to be Supercoach relevant this year. Kicked 3 goals and he's only got 80 points. Okay, so that's. I mean, look at Gawn. Kicked 3 goals, got 150 points. There's a huge difference between Gawn and Grundy. So I'd say Grundy's a big pass, and that's probably his maximum. 80. That's getting a lot of points because he's not going to get 3 goals every week. Angus Brayshaw was disappointing. Played on the back line. Melbourne. Richmond kicked it straight to them every time. Okay, we didn't really attack like we normally play. We're just playing practice mode. But Brayshaw, yeah, not enough midfield minutes for me, so I'll pass on him. And McVee is going to be a slow burn. 23 points from 81% time on ground. That's not enough. compared to the other midfielders. So probably a pass on McVie as well. I think there's better rookies out there. You don't want these rookies scoring 23s and making 50k over 14 weeks. It's not good. Just trust me, it's not good. Okay, that's Melbourne. Let's move on to Richmond. All right. Now Liam Baker, he started like this last year as well, so just ignore this game. Okay, he's Mr. Fix-It. He goes to all different areas of the game. 1 week he's in the back line, next week he's in the forward line. One day he's in the midfield. So ignore Baker. Good for fantasy. Good for a draft. Okay, just good for a draft. That's about it. Taranto. People talk about his kicking efficiency. They say it's not good. Okay, he had 75% kicking efficiency. Just kind of this is against Melbourne, who are actually pressuring him. 75%. I would say that's pretty good. Okay, look at Rioli, 96%. That's incredible. But people say Richmond defenders don't get many possessions. Had 33. Okay, in the midfield, 33 possessions, only 79% time on ground. Lock him in. Lock Taranto in. Okay, it's a lock. Speaking of Rioli, okay, Rioli, I don't think you should be getting him, all right, unless you're playing draft. Hopper, lock him in as well. Okay, he's going to be good for those 93s, 95s. That's what you want from him. You know he's a gun. All right, he might get 121 game. He'll get maybe an 80 another game, but he's going to be around that 90, 95 mark. He'll make you money and score you decent points. Jaden Short is no longer Supercoach relevant. His Supercoach career is over. Okay, he's now become a midfielder, and playing a bit of forward as well. So we'll pass on Shorts. Nank, pass on Nank. Okay, he's not top 2 ruck. If you're going to go for a ruck, you want to get top 2 now because you're paying big dollars now. So pass on Nank. Dusty Martin, pass on Dusty as well. He's a star, but he's just forward role. No, nothing in the midfield anymore. There's a little bit. So pass. Who else do we have? We had youngsters. We had one youngster here, Justin Clark. Okay. He played 1 quarter. Sorry, not Justin Clark. Where is he? Where's my boy? Samson Ryan. Played 1 quarter, scored 21. What's he priced at? What's Samson Ryan priced at? He might be actually good because he probably gets some games. He might get a game or two. He's priced at 123k. What's his position? He's a forward ruck. Forward ruck, priced at 123k. I prefer him over McAndrew. The only problem with Samson Ryan is Richmond play a lot of early games, so you're not really getting that loophole option. So maybe not. Maybe don't get him. If he's playing, get him. If he's not playing, don't worry about it. Okay, maybe later on as an upgrade target. You can get him later on. Okay, let's get back to the game. That's pretty much it for Richmond. Don't have many Supercoach relevant players. Okay, they've only got 2, and that's it. And they're both locks. Okay, Taranto and Hopper. Okay, they're the only 2 you should be looking at. The rest we won't even talk about them. Yeah, and Prestia had a bit of an injury, but nothing serious. Okay, so he'll be back. Just a knock on the shoulder. That's it for today. Thank you for joining. I hope your team. And now tomorrow, I'm going to bring out a team reveal. I'm going to show you my team, how I've changed 15 players. I think it's 15. It's more than 10. I don't know how many. The whole midfield is changed. The only player that's still in there, all right, in my midfield, is there's about 3 players in there that are still in there. One is Bontempelli. One is Green. The other one is Hopper. And that's about it. Everyone else is gone. They're all left. They packed their bags, all gone. I don't know what happened to them all. Okay, anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.